Welcome everyone to another startup and automobile documentation. What we have here is a 2019 Chevrolet Silverado 2500HD LTZ crew cab. This Silverado HD crew cab is painted in graphite metallic. On the remote fob, you have the buttons for lock, unlock, remote start, and panic. The front door panels have bottle holders and storage. It does have a premium Bose sound system. You have power windows, locks, and mirrors. You also have power folding mirrors, and two-person memory settings for the driver's seat. The LTZ trim comes with leather seat upholstery, and this one has a jet black interior. Both front seats are fully powered with two-way power lumbar support. But now that we're behind the wheel, let's go ahead and start up that 6.6 Duramax. Now we do have a check engine light, but don't worry, the part for that is already coming in, and it will be taken care of by the time it's sold. This 2019 3/4 ton Silverado we have today is part of the GMT K2XX generation of the Chevy Silverado and GMC Sierra duo of full-size pickup trucks from General Motors. Overall, these half-ton, 3/4, and 1-ton trucks were produced for this generation from model years 2014 through 2019. They replaced the 07 to 2014 GMT 900 generation trucks, and themselves were replaced by the 2019 GMT T1XX platform trucks. So 2014 is when this new generation of Silverado and Sierra debuted, with the half-ton 1500 models going on sale first. The next year, for 2015, the Silverado and Sierra HD would make their debut for this generation as well, as 2014 HDs were carryover previous gen models. These new trucks rode on the then new GMT K2XX platform, which would also end up underpinning the 2015 to 2020 GM full-size SUV lineup as well. This generation of Silverado and Sierra had a number of notable things, like the old extended cab body style being replaced by the new double cab with front-hinged back doors as opposed to rear-hinged, and the new Ecotec 3 gasoline engine lineup for the half-ton range. In terms of styling, particularly with the Silverado, this generation sort of pays homage to the old OBS CK trucks of the late 80s and the 90s, especially with that front-end fascia. For 2019, the 1500 models were redesigned for the GMT T1XX generation. However, the outgoing K2XX half-tons continued on for 2019 as the Silverado 1500 LD and the Sierra 1500 Limited. The next-gen T1XX HD trucks wouldn't come along until 2020, so 2019 HDs are of course still of the K2XX generation, as we see here. Trim levels for the 2019 US market Silverado 2500 HD included Work Truck, LT, LTZ, and High Country. There were two different V8 engines offered, one gas and one diesel. The gasser was a 6-liter naturally aspirated Vortec, and the diesel was the 6.6-liter Duramax turbodiesel, the latter of which cranks out over 900 pound-feet of torque, so you can seriously move some stuff with this thing. Both engines compared to a 6-speed automatic transmission of some sort, and your drivetrain options were the usual rear-wheel drive or 4-wheel drive. This truck competes directly with the Ford F-250 Super Duty and Ram 2500. In the instrument cluster, we have 6 analog gauges, your tachometer and speedometer, along with your voltage, temperature, fuel, and oil pressure gauges. And then you have a digital info display, which can be authored via these controls on the steering wheel. That's your main info menu. Then you have your audio, your radio status, phone pairing, nav, and various options. The hazard switch is on top of the steering column. It has a 4-spoke design, leather-wrapped, and multifunctional steering wheel. It is also heated. And as for controls, on the front of the spokes, on this side you have your cruise controls, along with the gap adjust for your forward collision warning, along with your heated steering wheel toggle button. And on this side, you have your voice command and Bluetooth phone buttons and your information display controls. And on the back of the spokes, you'll find your audio controls. The steering wheel is tilt and telescopic. You have 2 different levers for that. The parking brake is foot operated. You have your headlight switch, panel dimmer, 4-wheel drive controls, 2 high, 4 high, and 4 low, and your trailer brake controller. Climate vent for the driver. On this side you have your high beam, turn signal, and wiper stalk. And on this side is your column gear shifter. Putting it in reverse does reveal a backup camera with guidance lines. Going down the center of the interior, you have your touchscreen MyLink infotainment system. We'll go over that system more in a bit. Central climate vents, some physical radio / infotainment system controls, CD player slot right here. Below that, this truck has dual zone automatic climate controls. So you have your auto, sync, temperature on either side, fan speed, different zones, air conditioning, recirculation, front and rear defrost. And then on either side of that, you have the controls for your 3-stage heated and cooled front seats. And with the heating function, you can heat either the whole seat or just the seat back. This switch is for your power adjustable pedals, traction control, cargo lamp toggle, parking sensors, lane keep assist, or actually lane departure warning, and your exhaust brake. Right here, you'll find 2 12-volt power outlets, along with a household-style power outlet, and 2 USB-A ports. Storage along the sides. Storage in here. You have 2 cup holders, a wireless charging pad, and in the center console, you'll find more storage, along with another 12-volt power outlet, 2 more USB-A ports, and an aux port. Upper and lower glove boxes. The upper one is lockable. There are grab handles on both A-pillars. You have an auto-dimming rear view with OnStar. Both sun visors do have vanity mirrors and lights. And on the overhead console, you have your overhead lighting, garage home link, the switch for your power rear window, and your power sunroof controls, one-touch automatic, and you have a sunglass holder. And there are grab handles overhead for all 4 corners. Alright, so here's a brief look at that MyLink infotainment system in this 19 Silverado 2500HD LTZ. We go to audio, so you can go between AM, FM, and Sirius XM. You also have Bluetooth and that CD player. Browse, menu, your Bluetooth menu, the phones you might have paired, and you also have some shortcuts along the top here. Screen projection. Right here's the navigation map. Various settings. Then you get onto your SiriusXM Travel Link subscription stuff, like your local traffic, local weather, apps, My Chevrolet, that kind of stuff. But now we'll go ahead and roll down the driver's window and take a look at the engine bay. All 4 windows are automatic down, and the driver's one is automatic up as well. This truck rides on aftermarket 20-inch 8-spoke rims from Fuel Off-Road. This Silverado 3/4 ton is powered by the optional Duramax 6.6-liter turbodiesel V8 engine. It's a push-rod power plant with an iron block, aluminum heads, and 4 valves per cylinder. It also uses common rail direct injection. Horsepower is rated at 445 at 2,800 RPM, while torque is rated at 910 pound-feet at 1,600 RPM. This engine is paired to an Allison 1000 series 6-speed automatic transmission with manual shiftability, and the truck in this video does have 4-wheel drive. Running on diesel fuel, the truck has a 36-gallon fuel tank. It has an independent short and long arm front suspension and a solid rear axle with leaf springs. Stopping the truck are 4-wheel disc brakes. Towing capacity for this truck, if I'm not mistaken, is about 13,000 pounds, and the payload capacity is about 2,500 pounds. The fuel cap is on the driver's side. Multiple storage areas on the back door panels as well. The rear seat bases do 60-40 split fold up. Both front seats do have map pockets in the backs. Coat hooks. Rear passengers do get a couple of storage areas, along with a 12-volt power outlet. as well as a folding center armrest with 2 cup holders. And as for space back here, I'm about 6'1" with the driver's seat in a pretty comfortable driving position for myself. And there is no shortage of space back here. Very roomy, excellent headroom, very good legroom, footroom. Really no problems here. What you'd expect from a crew cab 3/4 ton truck. Very nice back seat. Honestly, I think all that's missing are some rear climate vents or maybe even heated rear seats. But nonetheless, it's still a nicely equipped truck and a very roomy back seat. Single exhaust. This crew cab has the standard bed, which is 6 foot 6 inches in length. Awesome spray and bed liner in this one. But anyhow, thanks for checking out this tour of this 2019 Chevrolet Silverado 2500HD. And as always, stay on the lookout for future tours.